Phones are open at 877-44-WOODY. That's 877-44-WOODY. Hit us up with a text over to 22987. Greg Gore's got the trending news headlines.
Well, police in England arrested Matt Petgrave, although they wouldn't say who their, quote, suspect was for the death of former NHL player Adam Johnson. He died last month.
Yeah, they just said a man.
Right.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yes.
Is that like
weird.
some kind of like weird...
Is this a British thing or
yeah.
what?
Yeah, must be.
Some like kind of like weird international news law or something?
Yeah, it's so, but that's how it is in the police report, too.
Right.
He's the only other guy involved.
Yeah, a man.
It was one player, leg way up in the air like a karate kick.
Yeah, like he was trying to kick him in the chest. Day one, I'm like, dude, there's no way this is an accident. I mean, I don't think he intentionally...
Murder was not the case.
to go that high up to his neck, but he was definitely trying to kick him in the chest.
For those of you who don't know what the story is,
I don't.
So these, this hockey game going on, and there was an incident between these two players where the one player kind of swung around, but his leg came up way in the, again, like you'd see like someone doing like a spinning karate kick.
Definitely.
And you don't ever see a hockey player making a turn like that with his leg up in the air like that. And it ended up slicing the other player's neck, and he died. I mean, he was like bleeding out on the ice.
Right.
But they got him to the hospital. He died there. It was brutal.
So Matt Petgrave, like, kind of collided with somebody else, and then that's when his leg went up and killed Adam Johnson.
And anybody who watches that video, you can't tell me that was like not intentional.
Yeah.
I don't think he
meant to go that high.
I don't think he meant to kill him.
Right.
Yeah.
But definitely injure him.
Like hit him in the chest.
Yeah. So he's been charged with manslaughter. The Nottingham Panthers, who Johnson played for, called it a freak accident, but officials say they were piecing the events together, decided to make an arrest for manslaughter.
I mean, manslaughter I'm fine with. Second-degree murder, I think, would also apply.
Yeah.
He also had the most fouls in the entire league for the year.
So he was known as
He's
kind
a
of
dirty
a dirty player.
Yeah.
It sucks.
And he just got a standing ovation the other night
That's so weird.
because he returned to the ice,
Oh.
and they gave him a standing ovation. It was so inappropriate.
But it's not the first time a player's been slashed by skating.
No,
right?
but every other time it's been purely accidental.
Just accident.
I mean, I've seen it before where like somebody's falling backwards, they land on their back, and so their feet go like they're like swept off their feet, and their feet go up in the air, and someone just happens to be in the wrong place, wrong time. This guy intentionally spun around. I mean,
put his leg.
I would
up.
say watch the video, but you're watching a man die.
Yeah, it's awful.
I'm not watching that.
It's. I mean, the amount of blood. It was just brutal.
Super
Brutal.
sad.
Sad.
Also brutal and sad, this tragic day in Licking County, Ohio yesterday. So at least 3 people were killed and 18 seriously injured in a 5-vehicle crash. One of those vehicles was a semi-truck. Another was a charter bus that was carrying students. And that bus had 57 people on board, filled with students and chaperones on their way to a conference.
That got rear-ended by the semi.
Yeah. And no word on the severity of the injuries. There is an investigation trying to determine what caused that massive crash.
Yeah, 3 were adults, 3 were students of the people that died.
Super sad.
Yeah, it's all the deaths and stuff were on the bus.
Not surprising. People are pissed at Mark Sanchez, the Fox Sports NFL analyst, for what he said during the Commanders-Seahawks
Former
game
quarterback.
on Sunday.
Too handsome?
Yeah.
It was during
Architect of the butt fumble.
That's right. That's right.
During the third quarter, and Seattle cornerback Trey Brown, and then Washington receiver, is it Diami Brown? Is that how you say it, Ravy?
Sure.
I'm turning to Ravy for
I
that.
know, right?
So Sanchez says, we got Brown on Brown crime right up top. Because both their last names are Brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
So...
And one of the Browns made a good play.
And people on social media are saying things like, we have what, Mark Sanchez?
Well, Mark Sanchez is Brown.
And other people
Himself.
saying, I don't care if both their names are Brown. That's just insane.
But also, doesn't he have a pass?
Insane?
Yeah,
Doesn't he have a pass? He's Brown.
No. It's just a dumb call.
It's a dumb call, and they're both named Brown.
Is this
Yeah,
seriously
what's the big
something to be
deal?
like upset about, though?
No, it's non-fans on Twitter.
For someone to call it
Talk about
insane?
I know.
That's
It's people that don't even follow this.
Well, I would agree with Menace. Yeah, we got to stop making 3 people on Twitter a news story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
they're-
sure.
People are in uproar. Like, how many?
Are there protests outside of Sanchez's house?
Right.
Well, I mean,
No.
I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up getting suspended. You watch.
There's no
That's
way.
no
Let's
company.
make a bet.
no
Let's make a bet,
chance.
shall we?
What was the what was the other one?
I got a twomp on it.
I'll take a twomp.
What was the other one that we had recently? And I'm like, you're gonna get suspended. Oh, it was a baseball guy.
Oh, that's way
different.
more egregious.
I'm not talking about the Negro League Museum guy. Not that guy.
Oh.
There was a different guy. There was something else. I forget what it was.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I don't know.
It was way less egregious than the Negro Museum or whatever the hell that one was. That one was like, all right.
And see ya.
Like, I don't think he should have been fired.
I do.
I mean, but I could see the suspension there.
Brown on brown crime? Yeah, no.
This is gonna result, I think, in minimum an apology, maybe a week off.
Twomp. I'll take 2 twomps.
Yeah.
I'll twomp it. I could see
A fake apology?
a fake apology, but that's it.
Well, I mean, look, aren't all the apologies fake? Because people are forced into
This
forced
one
into
will
it.
be extra.
But for
fake.
whatever reason, even though you're a grown adult,
have a-
people love the insincere apology. I just feel better that you apologized. Well, it's completely insincere. Yeah, but you apologized. Okay.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
didn't. You could tell them you don't even mean it. They'll be like, "That's good enough for me."
That's what my
Yeah.
mom used to do. Don't come back into this room until you're ready to apologize. Then I would apologize. That wasn't sincere. Go back to your room and come
Right.
back when you're being sincere.
Think about
Yeah,
it.
I just don't know why people they quote demand an apology.
Right.
Well,
Oh,
if the person doesn't mean it, why do you want it?
I've had that.
Yeah.
I had some DJ who I said sucked to his face on the air, and he got mad because it was on the air. And then he pulled me in the boss's office, and I could not leave the office until I said sorry. But I said I'm sorry you feel that way.
And you know what? He's probably so dumb. He's probably like,
I thought he got an
Thank you.
apology.
Then I got to leave.
he goes, "Thank you. I appreciate that."
Thank you. I appreciate your
It's a-
sincerity.
It's amazing how much an insincere apology means to the dumbest people.
Yeah.
They're like, "Thank you for apologizing."
I'm sorry, ... that you suck.
Yeah.
Which I said to your face.
Just accept that some people aren't willing to apologize to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. And it's just going to take some time.
And not everything is deserving of an apology.
Right. Maybe like this case.
Yeah.
This is super sad, but also kind of sweet. So it's mostly sad. 71-year-old hiker in southern Colorado. He went missing back in August. He had been hiking up on a steep mountain with his Jack Russell Terrier, Finney. But that
Okay.
hiker,
You go hiking with a Jack Russell Terrier? That doesn't seem like the kind of dog you go hiking with, right?
they're pretty active. They would like
And I assume maybe you have a backpack to
But it's a
carry
small-
him in.
they'll run around.
But that's
with
a
you.
small little dog.
Sure,
Dugan.
boundless energy. But the hiker never returned, went missing for over 2 months, and
Oh,
his
no.
body was just found by a hunter. So the man had died, but right next to him was Finney, still alive.
Months later?
Yeah.
2 months later.
Fat as hell because he ate
Probably
the body.
munching on the guy, right?
Did not munch on the guy.
What? No
Just
way.
staying by his side, had been dead for who knows how long. So Finney had lost about half his body weight, but they say otherwise he's in good shape. And people involved in the original search for Rich Moore say the fact that Finney was still by his side brought them to tears to see just the loyalty of the Dugan.
Oh,
You're right, Greg. That was a hilarious story.
I didn't say hilarious.
Thanks for that sound clip.
I said sad.
I was
and
gonna say,
sweet.
like, how would a dog survive? But I guess Jack Russell Terrier, they were designed to be rat hunters.
Yeah, I'm
Ratters.
sure
So he probably had,
foraged and
yeah, little
found
rats and
something.
rabbit. He probably also
something to
dead
munch
baby
on.
rabbits all over the
Yeah.
place.
Yeah, they found the man, the dog, and a bunch
Yeah.
of carcasses.
I don't believe he didn't chew on that dude.
Generation
Yeah,
after
I'm not
generation
buying it
after
either.
generation of these dogs. I'm sure he's like, you know what? My ancestors, the dog just sat there. You know,
Now's
my
my chance.
ancestors is a rat.
Like, my dogs are considered ratters. Dude, they'd be like dead in 10 minutes in the forest.
Right. I haven't eaten in 10 minutes.
Where's the marshmallow tree?
Where's my puppuccino?
And then we'll end on a super classy one out of Dunedin, Florida. Dunedin, Florida. 55-year-old woman and a 60-year-old guy. They were spotted completely naked having sex right in public in front of a group of people, including children. And when they got busted, the woman, Sarah, she told the cops that having sex out in public had always been a dream of hers.
All right.
Dream achieved.
Hashtag goals, you know?
And then the guy, meanwhile, Robert, didn't seem remorseful at all. He said the kids, they should have been home, not here.
Oh, they shouldn't be here.
So
Why aren't
he
they
was-
at home?
He was charged with lewd and lascivious acts. That beautiful lady was charged with exposing herself and for having prescription meds in an Altoid tin.
Okey doke.
It was just a dream of hers.
Okay, well, good for you, lady.
Achieved.
Achieved. That's the latest one.
Dude, so remember we were talking about the I forget, it's a relay device that people are using to steal cars.
Yeah.
It looks like a big,
antennas,
goofy, homemade MacGyvered antenna, whatever.
Yes.
I just met somebody who that happened to.
Lucky.
Really?
Yeah. We just heard about it,
Right.
2 weeks ago?
And we saw a photo and we're like, what?
It's got
Yeah.
this giant, like, old-timey TV antenna.
Yeah, it looks like something you used to have on your roof to get
That's
the local channels,
huge.
right? And these guys, they walk around between your house and your car, and they wait to try to hope to capture the relay signal because your car is constantly looking for your fob, like your key, and your key is constantly looking for the car.
Okay.
And so this thing just tries to marry those two signals. So if you have your key in your house, it's trying to capture, amplify, send it to the car. That way, the car thinks that the key is already in there, or that you're close enough that it would unlock the door. You can get in there, just start the car, and drive away. Anyway, so it was all captured on there. They have like the surveillance stuff,
Right.
the cameras in their driveway and stuff. And so I saw the video. And it was very similar to the one that we saw. This was smaller though. This wasn't like this big. These guys in that first video that we saw, this thing was like 6 feet wide
They're
and
talking to the space station.
and whatever. Yeah, this I don't know, maybe 2 feet, just like on a broom handle, and they're just walking around.
Really?
And the car opens up. They get in. They drive it away. They drove it right to some place. They stripped it of like everything, and then just left it there.
Oh. After we
That's
talked about
love.
those stories, I bought one of those little boxes.
Well, that's what they're saying
yeah.
now. They say you need to keep your key, your fob, in some kind of like metal tin, like like these little the Altoid thing reminded me of that. Yeah, like some kind of like metal box. They sell these things like on Amazon.
I got
or
it on
different places.
Amazon.
Yeah. Yeah, and so you keep your key in there,
I just put it in there when
and
I
it
get
blocks it from being, from the signal being able to get out, so like people can't use these antennas just right outside your house to steal your car.
Because if you were caught walking around a neighborhood with an antenna, you could say, I don't know, I'm hunting for treasure or something. 'Cause you're not,
Yeah, it's a metal detector.
you're not really breaking into a car.
Yeah, well, so
Yeah.
so these guys, they pulled up, and then the one guy gets out of the car with the thing, and as soon as the thing flashes, the other guy, the driver of the car, who's like waiting just in case they need to make a quick getaway, he then throws it in the park, gets out, gets in the car, drives the other one away, and then dude with the antenna thing throws it in the back seat, gets in the original car they pulled up in, and they're gone.
Wow.
Yeah,
Sucks.
and it took all of 30 seconds.
Wow.
And there's no break in the glass. There's no. It's crazy.
Because the things you're walking around with are not illegal. You've got an antenna, and you've got, like we talked about, like a flipper.
Yeah, well, it's just an antenna.
Right.
I just got a little IR.
Looking for
flipper.
aliens.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, those are cool.
Ravy, does your garage, is it manual or is it automatic door?
Manual door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Also, there's something going on every time I visit a certain city. Like I would say, like a week later, there's like weird sign-ins into my social media. Like there's somebody's using like some kind of ray on my cell phone or something.
A ray.
I don't know, because there's those ray guns that can take your credit
Temperature?
card information.
Sure.
I don't know, they're ray guns.
There is.
But it's like a
I swear,
flipper.
I would.
Anyway,
But anyways, anytime I go to this certain city and then I leave, there'll be like weird sign-ins on my social media.
What's
and
the
I don't
city?
know how it's happening.
Are you using public Wi-Fi?
And when you're there, do you hear pew pew?
I think it might be signing into public Wi-Fi somewhere.
Right, because what they'll do is
Yeah.
they'll fake like a fake Starbucks, and then you'll say, "Oh, I know Starbucks." You'll log in.
Yeah,
and,
or I just have my Wi-Fi on. And I should have it off.
right.
yeah.
But it's pretty bizarre.
Sounds like Detroit. That sounds
Yeah.
very Detroit.
Yeah. I
It's
don't
so
know.
easy not to be paranoid these days.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
People can steal your car with a
Right.
stupid janky antenna.
Yep.
Yeah.
How weird.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. More Woody Shows next. Hang on.
The Woody Show, back in a minute.